Hi, this is Alyssa. Welcome back to the Be Mom Strong Training Membership. Today we're going to work on our month 2 yoga sequence. And it's all about building and finding that inner strength within us. So I want you to find a comfortable seat. I've sat on top of my meditation cushion, but if you've got a pillow or a yoga block, you can also place yourself there. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe even close your eyes. You can rest your hands on your thighs, so you can rest them in your lap. Then just take a moment to take a load off. So just let go of any stress, any burdens, any to-dos, any lists, conversations, any guilt, any frustration. And then exhale, just release all of that. And come into this space, roll your shoulders up to your ears. And then relax them back and down away from your ears. So see if you can come and sit up nice and tall. And I want you to just start breathing deeply here. So breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Sending the breath right down into your low belly, pushing it outwards and upwards. And then exhale, relaxing your belly and softening your chest. Taking a few moments to breathe deeply, to connect to your practice for the next 30 minutes or so, just being here for you. And knowing that this is such an important piece to your journey of health, of vibrancy, of strength, of being the best version of yourself, the best mom, the best care provider. I want you to just take a moment and just see if you can peel away all of those layers, like all of those roles and responsibilities that you have. And that's when we can get into and get connected to who we really are as a person. And reminding ourselves of perhaps who we used to be as a child, what used to make us laugh, what made us happy, what was fun, what was inspiring, what did you love to do, how did you spend your days. So really getting connected to, that playful part of yourself and letting that start to come out. And when we allow ourselves to do that and let go of all those responsibilities, we can find a little bit more peace, joy, balance, and we can even connect more with our kids. Okay, so open your eyes. We're going to come into a breath that's going to really ignite some inner fire within you. So place both of your hands right on your belly. Give yourself a little bit of self-love there. And what we're going to do, this is called a Kapalabhati breath. So it's a forceful exhale, and the inhales will actually come automatic. So they'll come with ease, without any force. So it goes something like this. And when you exhale, it's like all the muscles on all sides of your waist are hugging inwards, and they're building that inner fire right around your core. So let's do it together, okay? Here we go. Inhale, take a big breath in. Here we go. Exhale. Now your posture shouldn't change, so you should remain upright as you do this. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a full breath in, take a full breath out. And that really helps us to connect right here, right in our core. This is our fire center. That's why we do a lot of our practice right in our core. So let's come into a tabletop position. Hands on your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Just take a moment or two to sway from side to side. All right, find a neutral spine. Inhale, lift your bum to the sky, look forwards. Arching your back, and then exhale, tuck and round your back. So inhale, lifting up and open. And then exhale, curve and wrap. So just doing that a couple of times at your own pace with your own breath. All right, inhale, you're gonna come to a flat back. I want you to take your right hand forwards and your left leg back. So you're at table, you've reached one hand forward, one leg back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift arm and leg off the floor. So everything stays square and parallel. Like you're shaking someone's hand, like you're pushing your foot into the back wall. Lots of strength there. So reach forwards, like you're reaching to the future, and then reach back like your foot is pushing back, and then right at your navel, your core center, that is the present. So let's hug the elbow to the knee and really connect here. Inhale, you're gonna extend. Exhale, you're gonna reach and pull it all in. Like all of your wants, all of your desires. Exhale, the person you want to be, pull it right into your core. Inhale to reach. Exhale to squeeze. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Exhale here. Put your right hand down, but keep your left leg in the air. You're going to push your heel towards the ceiling. I want you to take your leg out to the side. Your leg stays bent. Then you're going to wrap the knee down towards the ground. It's not going to touch. Then you're going to push your heel back up in the air. We're going to do this big circular motion with your thigh. 2 more times. So heel to sky, knee to the outside and down. 1 more time. Then we're going to do this in the opposite direction. So knee out to the side, sole foot to the sky, then knee to your chest. Inhale out and around. Out and around. 1 more time. And then step your left foot through your thumbs. Find a lunge. Take a moment to drop your hips. Fill the breath into your back. Walk your hands up your thigh. Pull your low belly in. Send your tailbone straight to the ground. And then inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Breathing in, breathing out. Just finding that steady peace and calm. Maybe looking up. Hands to either side of your left foot. Curl the back toes under. Step back. Downward dog. Pedal at your heels. Push your ankles to the floor. Sway your hips. From your inhale, from your toes, inhale, roll forwards to a high plank. Exhale, you're going to come down to your knees. Lean forwards, look forwards. Lower down, push up. Come all the way down. Point your toes, lift your knees, hands out to the side. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Find a little back bend here. Exhale, ground your palms. Press yourself up. Curl the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. All right, come back into your tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Your left hand's going to walk forwards. Your right leg's going to straighten back. Take an inhale. Exhale, float your arm and your leg off the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Now your core is your fire center. It's like the place of your willpower. Whatever it is that you want to do in your life, however it is that you want to live, right there at the center of your belly, right in behind your navel. Exhale, knee to chest, squeeze in. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend, exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Last one. Put your hand to the ground, send your right heel to the sky, and then knee around, down, push through, open to the side, down and around, up. 1 more time, and then we can do those circles in reverse. Knee out to the side, sole of foot to the ceiling, knee to chest. Inhale, up and open and around. Exhale, knee to chest. 1 more time. Go ahead, step your right foot in between your thumbs. Find your low lunge. Hands come to either side of your right foot. Take an inhale. Start to lengthen your spine, head reaches forwards. Then walk your hands up your right thigh. Squeeze your bum to reach your arms up to the sky. Just taking a couple of really full breaths, just taking it all in. You can even envision yourself, what it is that you want to do, who it is that you want to be, and how you can make these small steps of change to become that person, that mom. Where you get reconnected to the person that you always have been, deep inside that free spirit. Take your hands to either side of your right foot, curl the back toes under, step back, downward dog. Inhale, push forwards to high plank. Exhale, lower down through your push-up. You can come down to your knees or try a high to low plank. We've been working on our push-ups. Point your toes, inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, find your back bend. Option to push your arms down through the floor to come into a higher back bend. This is our upward dog. And then exhale, press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. All right, walk your feet to the backs of your wrists. Take lots of little steps. Hands stay down as long as you can. Fold forwards, just bow to your legs. You can reach from opposite elbows here and just simply sway from side to side. Just let anything melt off your head. Anything that you no longer want to be, no longer connects with yourself. Just let it roll off, all that stress and tension. Then release your fingertips to the floor and slowly come all the way up to stand. Standing tall, mountain pose, toes point forwards. Spread them wide so you've got a nice connection to the floor. Flex your quads, so engaging your legs. Gently draw the low belly in. Send your tailbone straight down to the ground. So your hips are in neutral. The front of your hips and the backs of your hips are parallel. And then you're going to imagine there's this string connected to the top of your head and it's lifting you up nice and tall. You might even feel the fronts of your shoulders opening and the palms out to the side. Take an inhale, standing tall in your being, in yourself, rooting down, lengthening, breathing right into your belly, breathing out. All right, we're going to come into sun salutation variation. Well, we're going to go a little bit quicker through this, so it'll be one step or one breath per movement. So you can follow along here. Here we go. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, bow forwards to your legs. Take your hands down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your right foot back. So you can put your knee on the ground or keep the legs straight. When you're ready, lift the torso, lift the arms up. Squeeze your bum, high lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, take your hands to either side of your left foot. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, push through your feet, roll forwards to plank. Exhale, lower down through your push-up. Point the toes, come into your back bend. You can stay low or push your arms straight. Exhale, curl your toes, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot in between your thumbs. Left leg is straight and strong. Ground down. Pull the belly in, extend and reach the arms up. Take an inhale. This time as you exhale, hands come down, step forwards to the top of your mat, bow to your legs. Push down, inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend and bow forwards. Hands to your shins. Use your back to lengthen your spine. This time, left foot steps back. High lunge, lift the torso, lift the arms up. On your exhale, hands come down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, float forwards to high plank. From your feet to your arms. Exhale, lower down, push up. Point your toes, lift up, inhale. And exhale, downward dog. Left leg swings high to the sky. Left foot steps forwards, high lunge, lift the torso, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to either side of your left foot, step forwards to the top of your mat, bow to your legs. Push down, come all the way up to stand, palms touch. And then exhale, draw your hand to heart center. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, release your hands. Start to sit your hips back like you're gonna sit in that imaginary chair. Reach your arms out in front, and I want you to lean forward so your belly is actually touching your thighs this time. Okay, but you still have your weight to your heels, your arms will be out in front. Breathing in, breathe really wide, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. You sit as low as you want to, as low as you can go. Challenging yourself every week, see if you can sit a little lower. All right, exhale, fold forwards, bow to your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Ground both of your palms, step back, plank position. Lower down through your push-up. Inhale, lifting up into your back bend. Exhale, push up through your knees, downward dog. Inhale, your right leg high. Exhale, step right heel to thumb. Find that high lunge again. Lift the torso, lift the arms up. Now I want you to go ahead and bend the back knee slightly here. So you're in neutral pelvis, you're in bending the back knee. We're going to slowly just shift our weight forwards towards the front foot, leaning forwards. And then exhale, inhale, pull back. So exhale, and then inhale, lifting up. So you're going to feel this firing up the thighs and the legs. It's like you're reaching towards whatever it is that you want in your life. But then you haven't quite committed, so you're going to pull yourself back, and you're going to reach forwards again, getting a step closer, and then pull yourself back. You're not quite ready, reaching forward. So this time, let's go ahead. You pull back. I want you to slow motion, step into the right foot. So your left leg slowly comes off the ground, and you start to make your way into this flying position, warrior three. Arms can be out to the side, they can be back, they can be on the ground. Push the left leg back like you're kicking the back wall. Your back is working. You can have a slight bend in your right knee. Try to roll the left hip down. Your hips are square. Feel the power, the strength, the freedom in this pose, like you're soaring. And then exhale, step your left foot down to meet the right. Fold forwards and bow to your legs. Woo. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground both of your palms, step back, plank position, lower down through your push-up. Point the toes, lift up into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot forwards. High lunge, lift the torso, take the arms up, and then have a bend in your back knee. Okay, so your hips are square. You're settling in here. Shift forwards to your left foot and then pull yourself back. So exhale forwards, inhale back. Do you do this in your life? Do you shift in one direction and then almost make it there and then hold yourself back? Pull back and then start something else that's new. And then you pull back again because you're like, nope, that's not quite right. What does it feel like to actually stand and commit to something? Let's do that. Shift forwards. Step into the left foot. And then slowly transition into your warrior three. Extending your right leg in the air. Really ground down through the standing foot. Lengthen your spine. You're reaching out with all of your limbs, but then you're pulling and hugging everything in towards your navel, your fire center. Let's take 2 more breaths here, long and strong, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and then exhale, hands come down, right foot steps down to meet the left. Go ahead, heel toe your feet mat distance and width apart, drop your bum down towards the ground. Find a squat. And just take a couple of moments here to soften the breath. Allow the hips to sink down towards the ground. Ground both of your palms and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high towards the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forwards in between your thumbs. Pivot the left heel down. Warrior two pose now. So your right toes and knees are pointing forwards. Your arms are going to be reaching forwards and back the length of your mat. You can sink as low as you want with your hips down towards the ground. Then just steady your gaze forwards. Find a couple of breaths, getting really grounded. Breathing in, breathing out. Finding your focus. Take your right forearm to your right thigh. Extend and lift your left arm up in the air. You can look up. You can look forwards. Inhale, let's come back to warrior two. Take your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, and turn so both feet are turned in. So they're the short edge, or the feet are pointed to, or flat edges of your feet are in line with the outer edges of your mat. Lift up really tall, lengthen your spine, pull the elbows back, and then bow forwards towards the ground. Take your hands down underneath your shoulders. Take an inhale, think of lengthening your spine, shift your weight forwards, and then exhale, just slowly walk your hands back. You can take them back as far as you're able. Let's try to straighten the legs as best as you can. Lifting your hip bones up high to the sky, and then leading with your heart instead of your head to the space between your legs. Let's take a moment here just to breathe deeply right into your belly. Even feel the breath on the back side of your body. Melt the shoulders down away from your ears. All right, walk your hands under your shoulders. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, turn your right toes forwards once again. Find warrior two. Okay, so reach your fingertips forwards, your right hand forwards towards the front, and then reach your left hand back. So you're shifting forwards and you're shifting back. Moving from the core, right from the torso, shifting forwards and back. So the next time that we shift forwards towards our right foot, heel toe off your back foot. Similar to that variation of lunge into warrior three, you're going to step into the right leg, send the left leg in the air, parallel with the floor. Right toes and knees point down. The left leg is parallel, so you can look down. Or if you're able, maybe slowly start to lift your gaze. Think of reaching out with all of your limbs. Half moon pose. This is a beautiful expression of our bodies here. And if you fall out, that's okay. Just get right back in. Extend and lift the leg. And then slowly step all the way back. Exalted warrior. Right arm reaches high. Left hand behind your back. Full breath in. Exhale, take your hands to either side of your right foot. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, float forwards to high plank. Exhale, lower down through your push-up. Inhale, lift up into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. So your left leg reaches high towards the sky. Left foot steps forwards in between your thumbs. Right heel pivots down. Warrior two pose. Sinking down, spreading those legs wide. Left toes and knees point forwards. Find your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Then take your left forearm to your left thigh. Reach your right arm up high to the sky. Open the chest up. Look down towards the floor. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Take your hands to your hips. Turn so both feet are pointing forwards. You're going to lift up really tall, lengthen your spine, and interlace your hands. This time, clasp your hands right behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up tall, exhale, melt, and bow forwards towards the floor. So I really want you to lead with your heart. Squeeze those shoulder blades, arms reaching up over your head. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. All right, strong through the legs. Push down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands. Left toes point forwards, warrior two. Shift forwards towards the front. Shift back with your right hand. Shift forwards and reach back. Shift forwards one more time. Reach back. All right, this time we're going to commit. We're going to step into the left foot. Heel to the back foot a little closer. Step and lift the right leg in the air. Try to keep those left toes and knees pointing forwards. They want to roll in. Keep them aligned forwards. If you need to, put your hand on a block. Maybe look forwards. Maybe look up. Extending and reaching. And if you fall out, just get right back in. All right, slowly take a giant step back to the back of your mat. Left arm sweeps high to the sky. Hands to either side of your left foot. Step it back, downward dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, lower down through your push-up. Inhale, lifting up into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead, come onto your knees and curl your toes under. You're going to sit back towards your heels just for a moment here. And if this doesn't feel right for you, just keep your weight shifted forwards. You can take your hands forwards. Maybe one day you'll be able to stack your shoulders on top of your hips, on top of your ankles. Just getting a nice little foot stretch here. Take a couple of breaths. Letting the breath move in and out with ease. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, come into a high kneeling position. Keep your toes curled under. Take your hands and bring them to your low back. So you're going to push your hips forwards. I want you to think of squeezing your thighs towards one another. You're just going to slowly lift the heart up towards the sky. Pull the belly in, shift the hips forwards. Think of a string attached to the center of your heart and it's lifting you up. Breathe in, full breath into the front of your chest. Breathe out. So if you're feeling any pinching at all in your back, you're going back too far. I only want you to go so far that it feels comfortable for you. This really challenges our body, our nervous system here, this pose. It can be really stimulating. And sometimes it can be a little fearful or a little scary to lean back. All right, squeeze your legs. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, rest your hands on your thighs. This time, point your toes. Come into a kneeling position. Taking a couple of breaths. All right, one more time. Come into a high kneeling position. Curl the toes under. This time, take your hands to your heart. You're going to squeeze your thighs towards one another. You're going to lift your heart up towards the sky. Shift your hips forward, squeeze the thighs, and just start to lean back. Any amount here. You can also interlace your hands behind your head, opening the elbows back. And then inhale, come forwards. Exhale, go ahead. Ground your palms. Step back, downward facing dog. Take your right leg high. Take your right knee to the outside of your right elbow or your right wrist. Walk your left leg towards the back of your mat. Setting up for pigeon pose, pull the right hip back, send the left hip forwards. So you really want to try to align the pelvis so the hips are square to the front. Make sure there's no pressure in this front knee. If there is, you don't have to lower down so far. You can also sit over onto your right hip and get a stretch that way if you need to. Okay, so see if you can align up your pelvis. And then fold forwards. If there's space, any amount, you're going to slowly lower, maybe forearms down to the floor. If you need to, put your forearms on a block or a prop. Maybe your forehead can rest all the way down on the ground. And this is your opportunity just to rest, to sink in, to allow the space in your hips to open, and even to just simply focus your attention inwards. connecting to your breath, allowing the breath to move in and out with ease. And the more that you get connected just with your breath, with yourself, you can really start to pay attention to what it is that your body craves, to what it is that your body needs, and what it is that you can do to honor and love yourself, love your body, and give yourself exactly what you need so that you can become the person that you want to be. Start to sit up, sit onto your right hip, and then swing your left leg all the way around. So you're actually going to see if you can stack both of your shins. So shin on top of shin, we call this one double pigeon pose. You're going to feel this in both of your hips. Try to ground both of them. Now if you feel like your knee is quite high in the air, you can also just grab hold of your knee. If you need to, sit your bum on a block. You can even keep your torso back further. Or final option, just cross your legs. Now, if there's any space in whichever position that you're in, to maybe lean forward slightly, that increases the intensity of the stretch in the hips. So go to a place where you're able to just be here and kind of relax into it and find 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. All right, sit yourself up, hands behind you, uncross your legs, take them wide, hands out in front, long through the spine, push your legs away, bow forwards. Take 2 breaths here, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, sit yourself up, grab underneath your knees. Take your legs together. You're gonna lean back slightly, legs together, toes together. Try to keep your knees pressing or your thighs pressing against your belly. So you take this one in stages. You're either staying here, this is enough core strength for you. Maybe you can release your arms. Maybe you can lift your shins higher. Maybe you can straighten your legs. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, hug your knees to your chest. Cross your ankles, rock forwards. And if you need to, just kind of mermaid style your legs off to one side to grab your palms, press up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg swings high to the sky, left knee comes to the outside of your left wrist. Right leg walks towards the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt and fold forwards. So try to square off your hips, left hip back, right hip forwards. Find a really long spine and melt forwards when you're ready. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, soften your jaw. I want you to try to breathe right into the skin, the flesh, the meat of your hips, and just soften a little bit more here. So just know that every time you show up to your mat, you basically come with a different body, whether your body's tight from your movement, from your day, maybe a challenging week mentally. And so just give yourself just permission to relax and to go easy on yourself. Okay, start to press yourself up. Sit onto your left hip and then swing so that your right leg is going to swing all the way around. You're going to stack your legs. So shin on shin, ankle on knee, knee towards ankle. And it's okay, wherever you are today, this side can be very different. So we often have unequal openness in our hips. So we're just balancing it out. If you need to, hands behind you, sit on that block, prop your hips up, cross your legs like this if that feels more appropriate. When you're ready, bow forwards if there's any space and try to really ground both of your hips here. Think of leading with your chest towards the ground. Two more breaths. Inhale, sit up. Uncross your legs. Okay, so you're going to take your toes together, your knees together. You're going to lean back, so thighs pressed against your belly. Lift your shins any amount. Okay, so long through the spine. Maybe release your arms. Take a couple of big breaths. Maybe straighten your legs. Maybe reach your arms up. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, come all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Just rock from side to side. Take a moment to thank yourself for your efforts. Remember all those just little baby steps, all those little changes to your everyday life is going to make a huge impact. Okay, we're going to finish off with a little twist. So arms come to the side. Let your knees fall to the right side of your mat. You can look back. Nice gentle twist. Try not to use too much effort here. Really relax your body. Allow your body to be breathed. Just this wonderful opportunity to just savor these moments on our mats. And then a little bit of effort so our legs come back to center. Your knees are now going to fall to the left side of your mat. Keep your right shoulder blade on the ground. Take your gaze back and then close your eyes. Again, allow your body to be breathed. Take your legs back to center. Give your knees one final hug, one final squeeze. Even lift your shoulders off your mat. Squeeze yourself into this like tight little cannonball. It's still summer here for me, so squeeze in tightly and pretend like you're gonna just like splash into the water with full burst of effort. Just letting it all go. Extend and releasing your legs to the bottom edges of your mat. Let your feet flop open. Take your arms out to the side. Take a moment to slide your shoulder blades so they're laying flat on the floor underneath your chest. Close your eyes. Now we come into our final pose, Shavasana, where we literally just let everything go. And if there's one pose that you may need as a mom, it might just be this one here. So make sure you don't skip this one and allow yourself to rest. Feel your whole physical body just begin to melt. Relaxing your face, softening your jaw, releasing your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And then you can take your inner gaze and go ahead and bring it towards the tip of your nose and just gently watch the rise and the fall of your belly and your chest. And the more that we get to know ourselves on our mat, what we like, what we dislike, we can also get to know what it is that our body needs, nourishing yourself with healthy foods, giving yourself daily intentional movement, and of course, savoring these moments of rest. See if you can let yourself go just a little bit more here. I'm going to finish off just with a short reading as you just start to soften a little bit more. This one's called Loving Yourself by Vanessa Marie Dewsbury. What happens when you start to love yourself? You become honest with yourself. The more you embrace yourself as you are, the more you realize all the things that you aren't. You become empowered in your own presence, allowing yourself to refuse what doesn't serve you and discover what does. You begin to walk taller, feel more confident in your own skin. You become less affected by outer circumstances and the opinions of others, and you focus instead on inner awareness. If you're walking with kindness in your step and empathy in your heart, then ultimately, nothing else matters. When you love every inch of your soul and all parts of your heart, the truth of who you really are awakens, and you start to live fully alive. What changes when you have true love for self, when you accept and embrace yourself just as you are? Your entire world. So you can just slowly start to lift and lengthen your breath. As you wake up your body, wriggle your fingers, your toes, circle your wrists, your ankles. And eventually you'll just take a big yawn stretch, reaching up and over your head. And then exhale, releasing it all. Let's take the knees in one at a time to our chest. Roll over to your favorite side. And then just of course, press yourself up to a seated position when you're ready. As you press yourself up, grounding down, lengthening your spine, take your hands to heart center. I'm just taking a couple of breaths here, and I'm just going to invite you to think of one of your I am affirmation mantras. One of those positive affirmations that you chose for yourself for today. And just repeat it to yourself 3 times, gently and lovingly. I am peace, I am love, I am strong, I am powerful. Those are all just suggestions. And when you say the words, just really embody what it means to you. And see if you can let that short little positive affirmation help you through your day today. Thank you so much. The highest in me honors and sees that in you. Namaste.